Today I'm going to be telling you the best seeds for fall food plots in 2025. Here are all my plans. Starting up there and including the new section of food plot that I'm making right here, this will all be new, as well as the existing food plot. I have about half an acre, including this entire area with a little bit behind me of my food plot. As I'm sure you could see, we already have a lot of things planted in the ground in this food plot, mostly of which you can see is clover, and sprinkled in might be some brassicas, especially over in this section is where I planted more brassicas, so you can see some of those in there compared to more primary clover in that area. And this tiny section was my original food plot. You can see why this clover is so much bigger, so much more mature. It's because it's had an entire year to grow compared to pretty much all this is just a few months old. I seriously can't stress enough though how important this time of year is, how critical it is to get your seeds in order, to get them ordered, to make sure they're not late, to make sure you're spraying, which I've already done. You can see this section's kind of been sprayed behind me as well as the bigger section over there. If you want to watch a spraying video, then click the link right here. But now that you know all of my plans for this fall hunting season, let's get into the best seeds, particularly the best 3 seeds. Starting out with the most simple, Whitetail Institute clover. This is what most of this food plot is. And the reason that all of these are Whitetail Institute, not sponsored, not anything like that, but I had a soil test done by them, so they recommended what would be best for my soil's pH, for the nutrients in the soil, and I just love clover. So clover is the reason that this is my number 1. If you have a food plot anywhere in the United States, and you don't know what to grow, you haven't done a soil test, you don't know exactly what nutrients your deer are getting, just plant clover. It grows well into November, well past the first frost, is a nitrogen producer for the soil, and deer just love it, I found. Clover is excellent. I planted all this in the spring. As you can tell, it's doing actually really well. So my plans for this clover is mostly gonna be to fill in the bare patches behind me, as you can tell. It didn't take everywhere. We kind of had a little bit of a shortage of rain the first time I planted, so hopefully I can fill in those bare spots. But clover is my number 1 option, best food plot seed for 2025. Next up, Whitetail Institute Fusion. A little bit shorter of a talk on this one because Fusion is clover with Wina chicory, as you can see there. And essentially it's just a little bit stronger, hardier clover blend that you're gonna put in. It's not just straight clover, it has a little bit of that chicory in there. Pretty much gonna plant it for all the same reasons that I planted that one. Gonna fill in with the bare spots. Chicory is also another food that deer absolutely love. Number 2 is Whitetail Institute Fusion. Number 3, a new one for me actually, Whitetail Institute Tall Tine Tubers, which is just turnips for deer. And if we look at the blend of this, it's 55% tall tine turnip, 10% purple top turnip, and then the rest is their rain bond polymer coating. But turnips are a food that are perfect for fall food plots. Plant them, which I'm going to in about late July, which is probably when I'm going to plant all of my seeds. It's probably going to be July 25th through the 30th, sometime in there, because you want to plant it around to where you're going to get some rain. It's not going to be too hot and too dry. But also it's not going to rain on the first day and then be dry for 2 weeks, and all the seeds are going to first germinate and then die off. You don't want that. Brassicas, particularly turnips, are a great food plot seed. I mean, deer absolutely love it. High nutritional value. It's going to be super good for them, especially in the fall whenever other things die off. They're going to hit this hard. And this is what's going into all of my new areas. So whenever I showed you that last video when I sprayed and I killed off and cut down with a brush cutter a lot of the areas that were just high and weedy, once all that's gone, once all that's just made into soil, Tall Tine Tubers is what's going there. And I couldn't be more excited, especially because this is new. I'm pretty experienced with clover now. For, I believe it's 2 years I've been planting clover. This will be my second fall of planting it into the rotation. Clover I feel good about, but I am really excited to try something a little different, but I know is extremely reliable in these turnips. And there you have it. Those are my 3 best seeds for fall food plots this year. Clover, Fusion, and Tall Tine turnips. And if there was an honorable mention, I would probably have to say Whitetail Institute's Alpha Rack. I've heard alfalfa is really good, but the reason I didn't choose it is because it's not a big enough food plot for me to need to provide that many options for the deer. So if I ever expand, 2-3 acres into this food plot, alpha rack is definitely going in. Just wanted to mention that in case you guys would say, well, where's alfalfa? My deer love alfalfa. Because alfalfa is a very, very good food plot seed to put in. The deer love it. So I wanted to mention that. I've got nothing else for you guys. Stay tuned. My Banff video, my hiking, trail running, traveling, going to Banff National Park is going to be coming at the end of July. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, interested in the outdoors, stay tuned for that. Otherwise, fall's coming up quick. I'll be hunting before I know it. I'll be planning food plots. I'll be managing them, all those kinds of things, and filming all of it right here for you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.